Hey guys, Jarell here, Grey Wolf TV, back with reactions to Fringe. There's not really a recap to do because the last couple of episodes have been a little bit of weird one-off storylines. One of them also happened to air in completely the wrong season. So we're just going to get straight on with this. This is season 2, episode 13. Don't know whether this is going to continue the main storyline or not, but we will find out. Let's go.
Are you okay?
Oh.
Sir, you have to sign in.
Oh, there it goes.
Linda, call 911. He's dead.
Oh, crap!
Is the Emmy here yet?
On his way. The Dutch license.
Rajan Vandenkamp.
Definitely Dutch.
No one knew him. No one was expecting him. I don't even think he knew where he was going himself. He got off the elevator, seemed confused.
A rupture?
No, not usually. But then that's why we're here, I imagine. No, not Torv.
Oh. Smart move, Walter. Damn.
This building must be quarantined immediately. No one goes in or out. The Dutchman. If I can find out where he came from, where he was, then I begin to ascertain what could have infected him. You be careful up there, son.
I will. The CDC is here.
Why are the police holding us here?
We think we're in the midst of a virus contamination.
Let's get a team into the lobby, get blood work underway, cut a 2-block radius with barriers.
I'll need at least half a dozen of those samples, young man.
Excuse me, who are you?
And take me to your centrifuge. I need to get back to the lab. I'm trying to determine what pathogen I'm dealing with. And I need a blood sample, something to work
I
with.
can understand you're wanting to assist, Doctor, but I have a great deal of experience with pathogens.
And I was chairman of biochemistry at Harvard and have little patience for small-minded bureaucrats.
No matter what your impressions are of Dr. Bishop, I assure you he's a valuable asset.
Guys,
True.
we have a problem.
Another one? Yeah.
What's happening to me?
She's sick.
I'm afraid so.
But she didn't get any of the blood on her.
You don't know that for
She
sure.
didn't. She was nowhere near him when he died.
Okay, I know Mr. Vandenkamp was here to see you. Your schedule was rearranged yesterday and your morning was cleared out.
Gotcha.
He came here to sell me some information from one of our competitors.
What kind of information?
Well, all he said was it was from a recent reserve find.
It's possible that Vandenkamp came in contact with
That's
the virus
illegal.
there, so do you know which oil reserve? Which competitor was it?
He wouldn't say.
Well, where is it? The information.
I don't know. He didn't have anything with him.
Rajan Vandenkamp was an oil consultant. He arrived at Logan 3 days ago on a flight from Dubai. We've already contacted 174 of the 212 passengers on board. No one's shown any signs of infection.
No, viruses are not people, Astrid. But they seem to have minds of their own. The rabies virus can't survive in water. So it inflicts its host with a paralyzing fear of water.
Walter, that sounds...
Trust me, I know how it sounds. Folly of humans to believe we're at the top of the food chain. In truth, viruses are.
Strain won't isolate. The sample was too fragile.
Damn it.
You able to get a hold of Rachel?
No. She just went through all the stuff with me in the hospital and she's still having nightmares about me being dead. What's the point in scaring her again? We are gonna get out of this.
That's just like you.
What are you doing?
The receptionist.
What the hell's she doing? Oh, crap. God damn it.
Peter.
Oh no! You gotta be.
Peter, be careful.
What are you doing?
No!
Can't wait any longer.
Stop it! Get away from him
I
now!
got his blood on me. If I wasn't infected before, I probably am now.
Peter, this is insane!
Rent-a-car keys. Never take anything into a negotiation that can land you in jail.
Left it in the car. That's why the guy had nothing on him.
Vandenkamp arrived alone at the building, and it wasn't until he was in an office full of people that he sprayed. I believe that the virus now senses that it's contained within the building. The receptionist showed an irrational desire to get outside, and then she sprayed. The virus compelled her to leave the building.
That makes sense. Inside. It wants to get
You're
out.
saying the virus made her jump?
Yes. Yes, I believe so.
This is our virus.
It's like the black oil from the X-Files, except in virus form, just a pure virus
The sample
form.
was stolen from Solom Oil Corp. By normal procedure, it would have been stored in an airtight protective case. Came from 10 miles down.
I believe we're in the presence of a 75,000-year-old terror, one that might have been responsible for wiping out the Ice Age mammals. Now that I have an isolated sample, I can produce a tox screen.
Oh, I'm nervous.
You're not infected.
Did he just swap them out? That's
okay.
Not right. He was shaking as well, Walter. That's not right.
Okay, next.
Okay.
Damn.
Let's get this first group downstairs.
Olivia Dunham. Peter Bishop.
Wait, stop. He's bleeding from the nose. He's infected.
Just have to get outside.
Stop him! Get him away from the door!
I just have to get outside! I just have to get outside! Olivia, please. Please, you gotta open this door.
Peter, I can't. You know that.
But look at me. Just look at me. I'm fine.
You're not
just
fine.
Look at me. Olivia. Olivia!
Extract the rest of the ones that tested negative. And the State Department has authorized us to have the Army move in and contain the rest.
The Army?
Dunham. It's the only definitive way to make sure that the virus is
There's
eradicated.
still a dozen people in that building. You cannot tell me that killing them is our only option.
We have no symptom blocker, no cure. What solution do you propose, Agent Dunham?
Oh my God!
I can't let Peter die again. And he's going to.
Shit.
They all will.
He's just...
And there's nothing I can do about it. We're still here.
Yep, we are.
75,000 years ago, a virus here wiped the planet clean. Then life resumed. Ash.
Astrid.
No. Ash. Mount Toba. The biggest volcanic eruption for the last 25 million years. It blocked out the sun. Sulfuric ash rained down sulfur. Sulfur!
Cheese, there's horseradish, there's milk.
Oh, horseradish! Grab that. It's sulfur. If I'm right, this should attack the virus.
You clever bastard.
Sulfide diluted to 4 parts per million.
I'm sorry, Agent Dunham, we just don't have that long. That glass isn't gonna hold much longer.
What if we could buy you some time?
What are you thinking?
Fentanyl gas. Pump it inside the building. Knock them out long enough to synthesize a cure.
They wouldn't have figured it out. They were just gonna go in and kill him.
Inside, upstairs. when you said, I can't let Peter die again?
Yes.
Some things are meant to be left alone, Agent Farnsworth.
Okay, that episode needs to go on my list of favourite ones for the season as well. I think that's the 4th one at the season now that gets added to the list. I really like, I don't know what it is, any series that deals with outbreak, contamination kind of storylines. I really like them and how they work them out and how they solve them. So that was a 75,000-year-old virus, right down that been from a drilled ice core sample. So the reason the guy managed to get on a plane with it and not infect anybody, and get all the way to the building and not infect anyone, is because he still had it sealed in that container. It was when he brought it from his car and got it ready for a sample to take in. He left all of it in the car, but he removed a sample, and that's when he got infected. Damn. The working out that Walter did in that, literally trying to work out in his mind that, okay, so this thing wiped the planet clean 75,000 years ago. What was it that killed this thing off? Because we're still here. The way a genius mind works. I loved how they actually put that in, him speaking out loud and figuring out what would it have been that allowed this virus to be killed off to allow the human race to still be here, and for him to figure out a sulfur-based solution. His only mistake in the whole episode was letting slip, I can't let Peter die again. And I wasn't sure whether Astrid picked up on it, because at the point in the episode as he says it, because of all the intenseness of the episode and everything going on, it was skipped over, so I was going to mention this anyway. But then she actually pulled him to one side at the end and said, what did you mean by that? And all he can say is some things are not meant to be messed with. I so need way more information than what we currently have about this, because we know this isn't his Peter. I know I'm going to get more information at some point, just when? I'm dying to know more. It's probably going to be a season finale. I'm hoping it might be before. If not, at least let it be this season finale that I find out, not way further down the line. But that was a fabulous episode. Really, really enjoyed that. Kind of a one-off, but they still, I seem to find when the one-off episodes that are very good episodes, they put little bits of main character development and storyline into them that continues our love of the characters and keeps moving it forward. Even just the little bits of where it showed Peter saying to Olivia, "Are you not going to call your family?" when they found out they might possibly be infected and they might die. And her saying, "What's the point of worrying my sister? She's still traumatized and trying to get over the fact that I died in hospital earlier in the season. Why put her through that again? She's always thinking of someone else." Even just little bits like that, it's developing the characters, the main characters that we love so much already, a little bit at a time. And I am starting to see Olivia and Peter to getting quite close. Astrid has become very fond of Walter, and in that episode you could see there where she's has complete trust in him, enough to know that they're coming into the building, and if she stays she's gonna die, and she's like, "It's okay, I'm staying. Walter will figure it out, he'll find a cure, I'm not going anywhere." So we've got that paradigm of the four of them that works so well, and they all implicitly trust each other. And then you've got Broyles kind of on the outside as their boss, but at the same time, even him in this episode saying to him, look, give me a few more minutes, I've got people in there who are like family to me. So even his take and outlook on these 4 people now are, they're not just people that work for him. Olivia's his agent, the rest of them aren't even agents, but he feels as though they are becoming family to him, and I like that. I can't remember the last time I watched this type of sci-fi show where you've got such strong characters right across the board. It's so unusual to get it. Usually you might get one main strong character, 2 if you're lucky, and the rest are all supporting roles, but it's not like that with this. It's all of them. The fabulous bit in this episode that I couldn't stop laughing at, literally had to hold it back, was right at the beginning of this episode with Walter in the library giving the stone cold deadpan truth to a bunch of preteens, the God's honest truth about life and death, and that you might die a horrible death, and when you go home tonight and you look under your bed, there might be a monster and it may kill you and eat you inside its stomach, but would you have died had you looked inside your bed, or would you still be safe in your bed? That sort of stuff. It's just, and he's like, you should tell children the truth, and I agree, you shouldn't protect them all the time, you should give them more truths and prepare them for the world. But the way that she just said, I'm looking for someone I think he's lost, and he's like, oh, how old is he? And he's like, no, he's a fully grown man. I just need to find him. And then he gets banned from the library for it. He can tell Walter Bishop or John Noble has one of those voices, and one of those, he has the inflections in his voice that he could be reading anything from a newspaper or a book or a novel. He could read it out, anything. He could just read an obituary and he can make it sound interesting. He's got such a good voice. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to keep waffling. Right, what episode was that? That was episode... I can't remember now. That was episode 13. I will be back for episode 14 very soon. Until then, guys, go and hit that sub, turn your notifications on, and you will know when the next one is available. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you for the next one.